Hello, and welcome back to the show that looks at all the UK sci-fi that doesn't rhyme with Doctor Boo. And today, we're looking at the next step of human evolution. We're looking at the Tomorrow People. Now, though there have been subsequent remakes, we're really going to be just focusing on the 1970s original. The series was created by Roger Price, and though Price has said it wasn't meant to be a rival to Doctor Who, it was absolutely meant to be a rival to Doctor Who. Most of Price's other writing credits are in children's sketch show comedy, such as Pauline's Quirks, starring Pauline Quirk, and 143 episodes of Canadian sketch show You Can't Do That on Television, which is frankly an insane number of episodes. The iconic theme song was written by Dudley Simpson, who had recorded all the incidental music for Doctor Who in the 60s and would later compose the theme tune for Blake 7. If you like this theme tune, great. But if you binge watch all the episodes like I have, be prepared to hear it a lot. I must have heard this tune well over 200 times preparing for this video. It haunts my sleep. I close my eyes and I just see an image of a fist opening and closing over and over again. Alright, let me explain what happens. So this is Series 2, Episode 9. We open up with the Thames Television logo. 7 seconds in, and the title sequence begins. 20 seconds in, and we begin a recap of what happened at the end of the previous episode. Not a problem. Doctor Who used to do the same thing. Usually it was about 30 seconds to a minute. At 5 minutes 14, the recap ends, and then we get a second title sequence. 5:49, and the episode begins proper. 22:23, and the episode ends, and we get our closing credits. So that's 3 times per episode you will hear the Tomorrow People theme tune. And I know this is unfair, because like all UK 70s sci-fi, the Tomorrow People was made on a wish and a prayer with very little production time. But with an average 23-minute episode length, if you take out all the titles and the recap, you only really get about 16 minutes new material per episode. But we have put this question off long enough.
The Tomorrow People? Who are they?
Yes, who are they?
The next development of the human race. Homo superior.
So the X-Men, basically, but less cool. And they all have certain gifts. What are they? Well, there's telepathy.
Contact him.
Yes.
Stephen, can you still hear us?
Much stronger now.
Now, what I'm going to say to you may sound silly, but I want you to do something.
What?
Recite a nursery rhyme.
A nursery rhyme?
Then there's telekinesis.
No, I mean, pick it up without touching it.
Why, sir, can't everybody?
You know damn well they can't.
And probably their most overused ability, teleportation, or jaunting, as they call it. To be honest, I think their powers make them a little lazy. I mean, check out this scene. Look how transfixed the boys are as Elizabeth uses her hands to make the tea and then walks over on her feet to give the cup to the man. They've never seen anything like it. But who are the Tomorrow People themselves? Well, first there's de facto leader John, played by Nicholas Young, who is the only character apart from ship computer Tim to appear in all 8 series. John is 17, yeah right, going on 70.
Does the music have to be so loud?
What?
I said, does the music have to be so loud?
It has to be loud so people can enjoy it.
I always thought one enjoyed music for its melody, not for its volume.
John is assisted by Stephen, played by the late Peter Vaughan Clark. Stephen hangs around for the first 4 series before disappearing without explanation. But when we first meet him, he's just breaking out, i.e. just discovering his abilities. He acts as a sort of audience avatar into the world of the Tomorrow People.
Now you try it. Don't worry. I'll never be able to do it like Kenny.
And then there's Carol and Kenny, but they both leave after Series 1 to join the Galactic Federation. Series 2 saw the introduction of Elizabeth, played by Elizabeth Adair. What's this? A black actress in a leading role? The 1970s have gone woke. But seriously, Elizabeth is probably the smartest member of the group, and she adopts a sort of motherly role towards the younger members of the Tomorrow People.
Much longer. Our own road isn't a real driver.
And I'm not a real driver. I'm an artificial one, am I?
No, we're grateful. We really are. It's just that, well, we can't ask you to do it forever.
Only until one of you's old enough to drive. I can do it until then.
You don't have to, though. Johnny's going to fix everything for us.
Yeah. Well, we'll see, shall we? Only don't work up too high hopes, eh?
You don't like him, do you?
I don't trust him, Mike, and I don't want you and your friends to get hurt.
Then there's Tyso, a young traveller boy who pops up for Series 3 and 4. Mike joins in Series 4. He's a bit more streetwise than the others. And, you know, he's got a bit of a cocky attitude to him.
10 lovely smackers. 1, 2, in a box, down with the lid. Same old routine just to make sure, eh? Hit 'em on the head to win. Now then. It's properly locked this time.
There's definitely something wrong with your box, mister, but I like this game. Can we play it all night?
Series 6 saw the introduction of Sutai, who had previously been worshipped as a Japanese goddess. Clearly another DEI hire. And last to join is Andrew. Most likely because the producers felt the rest of the cast was starting to age out a bit, and they wanted a character to bring back the younger audience. But what sort of adventures would the gang get up to? Well, each week would see them facing off against various threats, such as aliens, killer robots, the Doctor and Trillian, the government, Keith Chegwin, the KGB, Bubbles, devil worshippers, and Hitler. That's something that happened. Not all the stories have happy endings though. Take this clip from Series 5. The girl has a chip implanted inside her by the KGB that they can detonate in case she ever goes rogue. And that's exactly what they do. Her head explodes, she dies. The heroes don't save the day.
Threw herself out to save me. It was me that killed her.
Oh, Mike.
Most obviously, the Tomorrow People are an allegory for puberty. Breaking out, whereby Tomorrow People discover their powers, representing the bodily changes that young people go through. The Tomorrow People was a massive success, running for 8 series between 1973 to 1979. The Tomorrow People were a regular story in the weekly comic Look-In. A series of novels were produced, and in 1979 it got its own annual. So what went wrong for the Tomorrow People? Well, it wasn't viewing figures, which had always stayed strong. No, it was this guy. Star Wars was a real game changer, and all other sci-fi shows were trying to do something to compete. But unfortunately, the Tomorrow People just didn't have the budget or the production time to do it. And in 1979, there was the ITV strike, where all transmission and production of ITV programming was shut down for 11 weeks, and thus the show's fate was sealed. But the story of the Tomorrow People doesn't end quite there. There was a 1992 remake financed by Nickelodeon. It's okay. In 2013, there was a US TV series of the Tomorrow People, but that's of no interest to us here. And of course, if it's UK Sci-Fi, Big Finish have their hands on it, making audio dramas, usually with members of the original cast, but sometimes all new adventures. Though admittedly, they can be quite hard to track down now. And started releasing in November 24, a whole new series of the Tomorrow People novelizations. The Tomorrow People isn't currently available on any of the main streaming services in the UK, but if you would like to see the original episodes, you could always jaunt yourself over to your local video retailer and pick up the DVD set from there. In closing, the Tomorrow People, it can be a bit uneven, even a little dull at times. The characters, they don't exactly dazzle you with their personalities. But overall, I would say it's very much worth a watch. If you've enjoyed this look back at the people of tomorrow, please feel free to give this a like or a subscribe. There's this guy at YouTube called Algorithm. Apparently he likes it when you do that. Until next time.